15 Omaha Street and talk to the local team at Profile by Sanford. Learn more at profileplan.com.
Stocking stuffers. There are good ones, like holiday scratch tickets from the South Dakota Lottery. And there are bad ones, like tickets to Yodelfest. Easy, right? $1, $2, $3, and $5 holiday scratch tickets from the South Dakota Lottery. Jolly good fun for everyone. Yodel tickets? Not so much. This holiday, give a scratch from the South Dakota Lottery. Good fun. Must be 18 to play. Please play responsibly.
Want to change your community for the better just by donating your change? Round Up for One Heart. You can help move people out of poverty and into a better quality of life simply by rounding up your debit or credit card purchases and choosing One Heart, a place for hope and healing, to receive your donation. Visit oneheartrc.org and click the Roundup button at the top of the page. That's oneheartrc.org. Be the change by donating your change. Start rounding up for One Heart today.
At Terrell Tires in the Speed Center, we let our customers do the talking.
Very well-maintained tire and speed shop, over-the-top service, and very reasonably priced. Need I say more?
Scott and crew at Terrell Tires have always gone over and beyond for us. Great prices for great tires. Also, anytime we've needed odd-sized tires for ranch equipment, Scott gets us what we need.
Great customer service. Spent plenty of time answering all of our questions, and the truck looks awesome with the new rims.
Terrell Tires in the Speed Center, 105 North Campbell Street, Rapid City.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City. This is the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City.
We are Fox Sports. And here's what you need to know.
Giants quarterback Daniel Jones doubtful to face the Seahawks on Sunday with an injured hamstring. Colt McCoy likely to start, while the Dolphins don't know if Tua Tagovailoa will start against the Bengals on Sunday. He's questionable because of his thumb injury. Ravens placed quarterback Robert Griffin III on injured reserve. Lamar Jackson could be back with the team as soon as Sunday. They've got the Cowboys on Tuesday. Raiders running back Josh Jacobs out against the Jets, as his safety Jonathan Abram, while Chiefs running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire questionable to face the Denver Broncos on Sunday night. Also questionable for their game on Sunday, Lions running back DeAndre Swift. He's been out with an illness. They've got the Bears on Sunday. Number 4, Ohio State will play at Michigan State tomorrow, while Vandy won't take on number 8, Georgia. That game is being postponed. First half of the NBA schedule was released for games between late December through early March. NBA is suspending random marijuana testing for next season. Clippers forward Paul George says he wants to retire as a Clipper. I'm Dan Beyer.
It's time for the only live and local sports talk show in the Black Hills. This is the Nate Brown Show, featuring live callers, live interviews, and local sports. Exclusively on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City. And streaming online right now at foxsportsrapidcity.com. From the biggest national names to the hottest local stories, welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate Brown.
Well, good Friday afternoon, everybody. How you doing? I hope you've made it through the week. It's not a FedEx Friday. We're ready to go. 2 hours, thought-provoking sports talk, the biggest national guests and the local sports newsmakers all right here. It is Rapid City Sports Talk Show, and it's always a great day in the Black Hills. You know that. The Nate Brown Show back on Fox Sports Rapid City, brought to you in part by Black Hills Urgent Care. Their message for the community, they want it to be clear and simple. They're now providing care for upper respiratory illness, suspected COVID-19 at the Mountain View Road location. That would be Bacon Park, okay? Suspected COVID-19, upper respiratory illness, the Mountain View Road, Black Hills Urgent Care. That's Bacon Park, open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. For all other care, see them at Haynes Avenue. That's the Haynes Avenue location, Black Hills Urgent Care. If you need care, remember those 2 locations. And for COVID-19 suspected illness, Mountain View Road, Bacon Park, Black Hills Urgent Care, committed to providing exceptional care for you and your family during this time. On a Friday show, I'll get to the guest lineup. Let's throw out the numbers as well. Let's get ready to go. Question of the day. Really lopsided today. The question of the day, really lopsided. We'll get to that. First, the guest lineup. NFL veteran offensive lineman, played in the league 13 years. He is an NFL analyst for FS1, Fox Sports Radio. Ephraim Salaam on a big Friday. We'll get Big E in and take a look at the NFL weekend coming up. Ephraim Salaam on tap. We'll break down the Vikings specifically with Matthew Collar tonight, Vikings writer from the Twin Cities, Purple Insider. He's on the way. College football weekend, we got Thor Nystrom, lead college football writer, NBC Sports. Thor Nystrom on tap. And then we got to go Huskers. It's Huskers-Purdue. What's going to happen there? Purdue 1-point favorites. We'll talk to Gary Sharp. 1620 The Zone in Omaha. It covers the Huskers. Gary Sharp on tap from Omaha. On the high school basketball front, our previews have continued. We've looked at Central, Stevens, and now we got to look at St. Thomas More as they get set to launch the season. St. Thomas More, I think, could have won that whole thing last year, and we all know what happened, right, in March. But I think St. Thomas More, they were in line and ready. Now, a lot of new faces for Dave Hollenbeck. He'll join us live coming up. St. Thomas More, head boys basketball coach. He's on the way. Busy show. Let's throw out the number. 720-1067. That's the Boss Pizza and Chicken Sports Line Live for you to join the program. And also the Barron's Wilson text line, open and ready, 720-1067. You can be a part of the show this Friday. So, an interesting national story. It's a wild story. It's an upsetting story. It's going to be a story that affects this person for a while, I think. And it's just wild how fast your life changes, okay? It's just wild how fast, whether that's your health, whatever it may be, things can happen quickly. And then actions that you do can make things happen that you never thought 10 seconds of your life would affect the rest of your near future. And I think that's what potentially happened in Texas last night. We cover a lot of high school sports here, and so I'm always interested in stories like this, and this one all of a sudden exploded today. On a Friday, I mean, it exploded. This kid's name is on every website, from ESPN to Twitter. It's all over the place. And if you haven't seen it, you've been working hard. Last night down in Texas, a Texas high school football player blindsided an official, okay? He got called for a penalty, and he was kicked out. I would assume it was a roughing the passer, and then he was barking at the official, got another one. He got kicked out. He went to the sideline for a while, and then the video that was being taken of the live stream of this Texas high school football game last night, you see this kid, the defensive lineman, run out full sprint, full tilt, blindsides the referee, knocks him to the ground very hard. And so this kid obviously is then escorted out by the police then, The kid's name is Emmanuel Duran. He's 18 years old. He was the Defensive Player of the Year last year in this league in Texas. The Defensive Player of the Year. He's an unbelievable wrestler. He won the Wrestler of the Year award in 2020 already. Finished with a 44-8 record. Here's this type of athlete. Why I tell you this, I think there's a great future for this kid, right? There's a great future for this kid. And then last night, in those 10 seconds, is it over? I mean, I asked that to you. What's this kid's future like? I'm talking about a Defensive Player of the Year in football, a Wrestler of the Year. So I was looking into his life, and you're looking at a lot of stuff today. It's about this story. The story has taken over everything with this kid, Emmanuel Duran, down in Texas, Edinburgh High School, okay? Edinburgh High School, 6A. I mean, it's pretty big league football. And I'm asking, what's this kid's near future like? Is a college going to bring him in? Is this going to affect his college opportunities? Should it affect his college opportunities? Some people have said, this kid shouldn't play again. And I understand that sentiment. It's an ugly video. If you haven't seen the video, you can find it. Just look it up. Edinburgh High School, Emmanuel Duran, 18 years old. Just look it up. He sprints out. He blindsides the ref. Didn't punch him. Okay, that could have been really dangerous. It was basically a blindside hit like in football. and sent him flying. And what's his near future now like? 10 seconds of rage may have cost this kid, who's an unbelievable athlete. What should be his punishment? Thanks for calling. You're live on Fox Sports Rapid City, and you go ahead.
Hey, Nate, it's Jim. Thanks for taking my call.
Jim, what's up today? Did you see
Not
this
much.
video?
Yeah, I watched it on TMZ. It was on TMZ Sports.
What do you think?
I think he'll probably get probation. I don't think he'll serve any jail time. And then he'll probably get recruited probably from a small school like a JUCO college or something.
So you do think so? You do think he'll still get some opportunity around the backside?
Yeah, it'll probably be in a year or two. I don't think it'll be right away. I think it'll kind of simmer down. He'll get probation, do some anger classes, and then probably in a year or two, he'll get a...
And you're okay with that, Jim, of saying, hey, he could get an opportunity still. We shouldn't outlaw him from sports.
I think his talent is too good to outlaw him from sports. Some people probably think that he should be outlawed for sports for good, but a lot of people say he deserves a second chance if he does his probation and his anger classes and stuff.
All right, brother. I appreciate you getting in. Thanks for calling.
Yep.
720-1067. You can sound off with me on this story. I'm having a tough time with it because the question of the day I made into this. I absolutely hate the video. The video is just unbelievable. The Texas high school kid, Emmanuel Duron, he's been charged with assault. He's been charged with assault for this. So my question of the day is, number one, when we play contact sports and things happen that are like this isn't the first time, guys. I just watched 2 other videos today. Imagine that. Texas high school football. This has happened before. So there is precedent for this. Those guys before weren't charged with assault. This kid today was. Okay? Now, misdemeanor, Class A assault, but say what you will. What's his immediate future going to be like now in sports? Thanks for calling. You're live, and you go ahead.
Yeah, I think I saw one of those videos earlier that you're talking about. It could be a different one, but it was Texas high school sports. I think it was a group. They got called for some pass interference or something, and the next play, during play, they ran over the ref intentionally.
Yes.
And
it was
obvious.
orchestrated. Yes.
Yeah, but it was not. This is coming off the bench during
dead ball. Yes.
You're waiting.
Yes.
Yeah, you're waiting for the snap. So, yeah, to me, it's rough. But yeah, I'm glad of the assault charge. If I'm the
you're okay with the
judge,
assault charge?
Yep. If I'm the Texas Athletic Commission, I don't know. Was this playoffs? I'm guessing.
No, actually, that's more of the story. They just kicked him out today. They were in the playoffs starting next week, and now they kicked the whole team out. Is that right?
No, not the whole team, but he should be gone. If I was his coach, it would be either you're still on my team and you're not playing the rest of the season, and you're going to do nothing but work out every time until this season's over. You're going to learn your lesson through me, or you're booted if you don't want to do that.
Okay, one final question. A lot of questions with this. One final question. You're a college coach. Are you bringing him in?
I'm not, but I'm bet if he is, they said Defensive Player of the Year for the conference.
Yeah, last year. Yep.
And he's 6A, so that's big time in Texas. My guess is he's being looked at by major colleges. I'm betting a Ryan Day or a Nick Saban or a Dabo Swinney says football's football. It's aggressive.
Oh,
we'll the proper way to go, and we'll bring him on in if he's good enough. Because like what Bob, the last guy just said, if you're override your stupidity and in this case your criminality, it shouldn't.
Well, it shouldn't, but you know how it goes. Okay,
yeah,
you know how it goes.
If you're good enough, yeah, it'll just slide on by.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks for getting in. 720-1067 on the Nate Brown Show on a Friday. It's a sad story, actually. And I'm not making excuses for him. I mean, you got to take some responsibility, Emmanuel. Take some responsibility and get yourself under control. I'm asking you, are you okay with the assault charge? That's the question of the day. Are you okay with this assault charge as he assaulted the official? He did. Okay? 96% of you say yes. 4% say no, jail today was too much. I mean, he got booked into jail today. He'll obviously be getting out and whatever, but he got booked into jail. So I ask you, I'm okay, I guess, with the assault charge. That was up to the official, by the way. The official, he had to say yes to that. Thanks for calling. You're live, and you go ahead.
Yeah, you need just real quick is weigh in on a question. Is the assault charge? Absolutely. We're living in a world where people want to preach accountability about this, that, and the other, and the video doesn't lie. I mean, the definition of assault, and he, like I said, he's 18 years old, and that's a hard lesson for him to learn. Or hopefully, it's not a hard lesson. Hopefully, he learns from this. But granted, not an ideal way to do it at the level he did. And the only thing I would say is, like, it's easy to pile on and say what goes on, but if there's a backstory to any of this, who knows what the kid maybe he's going on in his life or anything, which once again doesn't justify anything. But in this, live video feed world that we live in, everybody's all piled on.
I just said 10 seconds of his rage.
Yeah.
May have cost him, and I wonder what it did cost him. I don't think he should be outlawed from football. People are just destroying him today online, saying he should be done with football, and I say, what about Joe Mixon? He broke a lady's face. He broke a lady's face.
I was just going to say, is you got guys that get convicted of domestic assault and all kinds of other things.
Yes, and they're not outlawed.
Right? No, heck no. And like I said, I knew a kid that was an all-state wrestler, had multiple offers, was in a car crash and got convicted of vehicular homicide and spent a year of his life spending every weekend in jail while he was going to college. And similar to what the previous caller was doing, he wasn't on scholarship, but he was working out, and he worked himself into a scholarship and had a pretty successful college career. And, so like I say, that one episode in that kid's life, you're going to say that, I mean, you could make the same argument there. Is
his future done? No, and it shouldn't be. That's what I'm saying. I don't like this video. I hate it. I hate the act. I'm okay with the assault charge. I don't like him being done completely.
Right.
Meaning his future.
Right, exactly. And this kid, if could get a college education through athletics, if he's willing to put in the work and keep his head down, even if it's not his first choice or anything like that, he'll learn more from that. Versus if you take that opportunity away from him, I don't know his situation. Could he afford to go to school? I mean, it could drastically change the direction of his life.
Snowball. Yeah, no doubt. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thoughtful. And that's what I'm trying to be here. Here's a few things I like. Here's a few things I don't like. Emmanuel Duron, 18 years old. Edinburgh High School, Texas, last night. Ejected from the game, then charges back on the field, blindsides the referee, knocks him to the ground. He's escorted by police out. Here's what I don't like. The whole team has been kicked out of the playoffs. Now, maybe you can disagree with me on that, but this is the old school type, one bad apple ruins it for the whole bunch, right? One bad apple ruins it for the whole bunch. So you're a team. So this team, Edinburgh, they win last night after this mess, and they're kicked out of the Texas high school playoffs. I don't like that one. Here's what I'm okay with. I'm going to be okay with the assault charge. You know why? That referee had been an official in Texas for 27 years. You got guys that are getting older that have volunteered much in their early career. Now they've done this. They're not doing it for the money, okay? They're going to get paid, but they're not going to do it. This guy volunteered early, then has been reffing for 27 years, this official. And he's doing it during the COVID mess, and he's out there trying to make sure you guys can play, and then he gets drilled. I don't like it. The kid gets hit with an assault charge, and what do I say? There is consequences to your actions. And that official said, I think the assault charge should move forward. So he got booked today, Class A assault. But at the same token, here's what I don't like after this fallout. Should Emmanuel Duron, the 18-year-old, just be done with football the rest of his career? And he may have a career moving forward. I just told you, Defensive Player of the Year in this league in Texas last year, an unbelievable all-state wrestler, 44-8 record. So I don't know which way he would go, but there's probably a future in sports. And people actually, I think, want to, this kid should never be able to see a field again. I just saw that today posted out there. This should never be able to see a field. I'm not going to go down that road either. So there is consequences, but how much more should he be under moving forward? Here's the deal, Emmanuel. You got to come out and own it. You better apologize. You better have that meeting with that official. You better make good on it in a big way. Because now your team's out of the playoffs. You're done. And your future now is riding on it. Riding on it. I have a hard time outlawing a kid from future football or sports opportunities after this big mistake he made in 10 seconds. A big mistake. When we've seen other guys make this mistake and that mistake, and they get 2, 3, 4 chances, and they just keep on playing because they're really good, and we look the other way. But all of a sudden on a Friday, we're going to hammer this high school kid. It's a bad thing he did. A bad thing he did. Listener text coming in, 720-1067. If you want to sound off, listener text, no D1 coach is going to bring this kid on a team. And I really wonder. And I'm serious about that. We had an earlier caller say, well, maybe he's just going to go JUCO route, junior college, right? Start junior college, a little low-key, things die down. Maybe he gets an opportunity some other time. And that might be the case. This one here is an example. Everybody that has kids, you know, they're going to make mistakes. And this was a big one. This was a big one, and it just exploded nationally today. A high school kid now in a situation where he gets charged with assault. I hope he can come back after it. I don't like that the team got hosed on that deal. I just don't. I don't like taking the whole team down. Question of the day, so it's lopsided. Do you agree with the assault charge on this Texas high school football player and the blindside hit on the referee? Knocked him to the ground. It was a tough one. You can watch the video for yourself and then chime in today. 720-1067. The Barron's Wilson text line. Right now, the answer's 96% say yes. 96%. Listener text coming in. So you have a Dallas Cowboy that killed somebody driving drunk, and he gets to play again. You have a Josh Gordon on his 11th chance after violating rules, so why not just put this kid on probation? If he messes up again, then he can suffer the consequences that he brought on himself. And that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, everybody's so quick now. In this world we live in today, everybody's so quick. Judge, jury, executioner. Today, right here today, we're trying to decide, is his future done? And there's people that are sounding off. This is a national story. It's on ESPN everywhere. This kid should be done. This kid, he shouldn't see the football field again. That's not me. Right now, yes. Hit him now. Assault charge, fine. I hope he learns the lesson. And I hope he can move forward. I think he should be able to continue, but he better own it, and he better apologize. He better have some serious conversations with some folks. Ugly deal. We can't take this high school kid and put him in a certain category and then other college players or NFL players that have done this and this and this, and they just roll. A lot of them just roll. Free of charge. No worries. Let's get into high school sports here on a Friday. Busy show. I want to talk to Dave Hollenbeck next. He's the St. Thomas More boys basketball coach. They had a team, I think, that was going to win the state championship last year. They lost a lot of players. What's St. Thomas More look like now? They start next week. Coach Hollenbeck next.
You're listening to The Nate Brown Show. Remember to follow us on Twitter at Nate Brown Show and like us on Facebook by searching Fox Sports Rapid City.
Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair is your local hail damage repair specialist with over 20 years of experience restoring cars to their pre-hail condition. Don't lose 30% of your resale value by having a body shop repaint it. Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair offers better resale value, has quick turnaround, and includes a lifetime guarantee on their work. The guys at Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair are trusted locals with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, offering free estimates and are conveniently located downtown. Remember them when it hails.
Sports Rapid City forecast. Lows level off around 32. Tonight, under clear skies, winds out of the northwest, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly sunny skies and calm. Tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 53. Mainly clear skies and quiet again. Tomorrow night, lows level off around 30. Dry with temps well above average, Sunday and Monday, and highs in the upper 50s. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently, it's 56.
Welcome to Danny Menholt Rapid Chevrolet, the home of the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in the area, with a new inventory arriving daily. But that's not all. Let me show you. Meet our fast and friendly finance officers, who will take you through the purchase process quickly and who work with a large number of local and national lenders. Here at Denny Menholt Rapid Chevrolet, we pride ourselves on our customer-centric approach, and we strive to provide you, our customer, with a 5-star experience every time. We'll see you soon here at Denny Menholt Rapid Chevrolet in Rapid City.
Boss Pizza and Chicken know that sometimes you just need some awesome comfort food. And right now, Boss is taking things seriously in how they're serving their great pizza and roasted chicken with their new no-contact delivery. Just ask when you call in your order, and they'll leave your pizza right on your doorstep. Nobody has the selection of pizza like Boss Pizza and Chicken. Take the day off from cooking and get the good stuff from Boss. Order online at bosspizzaandchicken.com or call 399-BOSS. That's 399-BOSS.
Black Hills Community Bank wants you to know that now may be the best time to refinance, purchase, or even build a brand new home. With rates this low, Black Hills Community Bank is well positioned to be your local partner. They are your home loans bank with local originators, underwriting, processing, and closings. They challenge themselves to close every loan on time. This may be the time to think about home ownership or refinancing with Black Hills Community Bank in Rapid City and Spearfish. Online at bhcbank.com. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
You can't predict the future, but you can prepare for whatever tomorrow brings, even the unthinkable. When it comes to protecting what matters most, Farm Bureau agents can help make sure you're prepared. So whether you're dealing with a natural disaster or something that just seems like one, you'll have an agent who can make things right when things go wrong. Farm Bureau agents make insurance simple.
Call me, Tom Berger, your Farm Bureau agent in Rapid City, at 348-3470.
For nearly 100 years, Connex has been providing the know-how and materials to help their neighbors grow. Through partnerships with builders, homeowners, and contractors, Connect Home Centers have impacted our communities, making them stronger and safer through support of local organizations and neighborhood beautification projects. Improving the quality of life for others is important to us. We are Connect Home Center, your hometown lumberyard lending a helping hand in building our communities since 1928.
Hey, Rapid City, it's Doug Gottlieb. Join me weekdays from 1 to 4 right here on 106.7 FM and 11:50 a.m. Fox Sports Rapid City. And now let's get you back to the Nate Brown Show, Rapid City's sports talk show.
Welcome back in on a Friday Rapid City Sports Talk Show, the Nate Brown Show, live on Fox Sports Rapid City. You can sound off on our question of the day about this Texas high school football player. What a bad deal. What a bad deal. A big mistake by an 18-year-old Emmanuel Duron. Ran onto the field last night after he was ejected for a personal foul and then barking with the official. He got ejected. He ran onto the field and blindsided an official. Hit him hard. And was charged with assault today, was actually sent to jail, okay? Now his team is kicked out of the Texas high school football playoffs, and what's the future of this kid? I hope he has a sports future because it's, I hate one incident like this ruining the whole situation, but I'm okay with the assault charge and the consequences. That's the story. There's consequences. I'm asking you, do you agree with the assault charge? Let's go to the listener text line, 720-1067. On the Barron's Wilson listener text line, here's a tough one. He should be tried as an adult and be sent to prison. Well, he's an adult. He is an adult, 18 years old. I don't think they're going to send him to prison. I mean, I guess jail initially here, Class A assault. It's a misdemeanor there in Texas. What's his future in sports? And that's what I'm very interested in moving forward, because he seemed like an unbelievable athlete. But boy, you got to get your head on straight. You've got to get your head on straight. There's no excuses for that behavior. There's been many states, if you followed this, they've been implementing laws if you attack officials verbally, you could get in big trouble. I mean, they're trying to really protect officials. And why? Because we've all gone nuts. This is the story. We've all gone absolutely berserk. Just go to a game and let me know. I mean, people just go nuts. Players, parents, and then an incident like this happens, so there's got to be consequences, right? I'm okay with the assault charge. It was up to that official if he wanted to press the charges, and he did. 27-year veteran official gets treated that way. It's not good. 96% of you saying yes on the assault charge. Yes on the assault charge. And that's interesting to me, because many people look at sports and, emotion and split-second decisions and say, well, I don't know. And the reason I say that, this has happened before in Texas 2 times. It happened during a play, a blatant hit on an official by 2 different teams, and neither kid was charged with assault. They were kicked out, things like that. They weren't charged with assault. This kid was, and the story's been exploding today. I want to get to this really quick. This is something that I think got overlooked in the past 24 hours. We're all NFL a lot. We're looking at all these things, the weekend. This, I think, got overlooked because people aren't thinking about it enough. I want to think about it and see where you're at on it. There's this night commission in college sports. Do you know what I'm talking about? This is a university president's group. There's some former ADs in here. They look at the current state of college sports. The night commission. They have a foundation, the whole thing. So the night commission, university presidents, former ADs, and others, looking at the current state of college sports and making recommendations. Did you see what the night commission recommended last night? There's been some reaction now today, and that's what I want to get in. Last night, they made a proposal that the 130 schools that participate in FBS football, college football, FBS, so not the SDSUs, the USDs, FCS, the FBS level football teams, they want their own governance structure. This is the night commission recommending this, saying, hey, we're looking at it. We've talked to some presidents. We've talked to some ADs. They don't want the NCAA controlling college football anymore. They basically are going down this road of what? They have their own college football playoff anyway. And so the college football playoff, they say, wow, we do that fine independently of the NCAA. Why don't we just do our own thing overall? Arnie Duncan's a big name in the night commission. He says now is the time for big solutions. Big solutions, not small changes. And so all of the other sports would remain under the NCAA, but not football at these FBS schools. Couple of things I want to throw out. Some people are going to say this is a great idea. Do you think it is? I mean, I'm asking you. You might be one of this is a great idea. The NCAA can't do anything right, so these schools need another governance structure. They need somebody else in charge, and they need a college football commissioner. They need their own Roger Goodell, because the NCAA is missing when you really need them. They're missing in action. They've been MIA all year. This 2020 COVID mess, the NCAA, I don't even know what they've been doing. So that's why people say this is what you need. The night commission, they looked at it, independent group. They're saying, hey, what about their own system of governance? Here's my problem with it. Aren't we against more bureaucratic red tape? So now you're trying to tell me all the colleges, all of your sports are under the NCAA and all those compliance rules and all this and that. And then we got football, and now it's under a whole set of scenarios. Now it's under their own rules. And you got to follow this and you got to follow that. I don't think it's an easy answer. And I'm not a big, if you've listened to the show, I'm not a big NCAA guy. I wouldn't call myself an NCAA guy hardly at all, as a matter of fact. I really search for good things that they do. However, can the college football commissioner, own set of governance, make their own rules? Can they do things that, okay, well, we're going to go down this road. The NCAA, though, is going to monitor all these other sports, but the college football, doesn't that get a little dicey under a different governance structure? Doesn't it get a little dicey? Maybe not. Maybe they'll go down this road and say, hey, breaking away here, providing our own body for football, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. However, when you really look at it, it's not going to be as easy as you think. It's really not. Now, instead of sharing that $550 million of the college football playoff, that's their money right now. $550 million. They just make money, and they share it all around all these schools. Now you're going to have to actually spend some of that money. You know what I'm saying, right? This isn't just going to magically appear, this new governing body. That gets into what I said, the red tape. More cooks in the kitchen. And that's what you're going to have. You're going to have that. Now you have the college football playoff. You're still on the NCAA. They don't really say too much to college football programs, right? They don't say too much. Now you got to create your own situation. That $550 million windfall just got a little bit smaller. I mean, if you're going to use that money from the college football playoff to make this new structure, that money just got a little bit smaller for each school. Coming right back with Thor Nystrom, college football writer, the lead college football writer for NBC Sports. We'll break down some big games and more on the way.
From high school to college to the pros, this is the Nate Brown Show on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM Fox Sports Rapid City.
At Terrell Tires in the Speed Center, we let our customers do the talking.
Very well-maintained tire and speed shop, over-the-top service, and very reasonably priced. Need I say more?
Scott and crew at Terrell Tires have always gone over and beyond for us. Great prices for great tires. Also, anytime we've needed odd-sized tires for ranch equipment, Scott gets us what we need.
Great customer service. Spent plenty of time answering all of our questions, and the truck looks awesome with the new rims.
Terrell Tires and the Speed Center, 105 North Campbell Street, Rapid City.
Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair is your local hail damage repair specialist with over 20 years of experience restoring cars to their pre-hail condition. Don't lose 30% of your resale value by having a body shop repaint it. Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair offers better resale value, has quick turnaround, and includes a lifetime guarantee on their work. The guys at Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair are trusted locals with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, offering free estimates and are conveniently located downtown. Remember them when it hails.
AutomotiveGRP.com.
Tired of showering? Well, have we got a solution for you?
We interrupt this commercial with good news from your good neighbor. State Farm has new lower car insurance rates, which means you can save more cash and get the service and convenience of a local State Farm agent. That's right, State Farm now has new lower auto rates with their same good neighbor service. It's the real deal for car insurance, folks. And now this.
For lower auto rates in Rapid City, call State Farm agent Scott Carlson.
Here at Pizza Ranch, we love the unique ways other countries compliment their chefs. In France, they say magnifique. In Italy, delizioso. And in many parts of the world, it's a compliment to belch. Don't try that at home, kids. But at Pizza Ranch, we keep hearing the same thing over and over again when guests bite into our pizza. Our famous chicken. And all the favorites on our buffet. We're beginning to think you're all trying to tell us something. We'll take that as a compliment. Pizza Ranch.
Rapid City Black Hills Urgent Care has an important message for the community. Their Mountain View Road location is now dedicated to caring only for patients with upper respiratory illness or suspected COVID-19. For all other urgent care needs, please use the Black Hills Urgent Care location on Haynes Avenue in Rapid City. Black Hills Urgent Care is now seeing patients with upper respiratory illness at the Mountain View Road location. Black Hills Urgent Care opens 7 days a week, now from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
The warmer temperatures are fading fast, and it's time to get your vehicle ready for the cooler months ahead. Hi, this is Martin at Al's D&I, inviting you to bring your vehicle in for a tune-up or checkup to make sure your vehicle is prepared for the change of seasons. A little planning and preventative care now can save you time and money in the future and help keep your family safe. Call Al's D&I at 348-1447 or stop by 3483 Sturgis Road.
Ever since Barron's Wilson Funeral Home first opened their doors in Rapid City 140 years ago, they have continued to make personal service their number one priority. In your time of grief, they offer a personal touch by being at your side through every step of the funeral process. They answer difficult questions and guide you toward other professional services you may need. See for yourself the wide variety of services they can provide for you by visiting their website at barronswilson.com.
Hi, it's Colin Coward. Great to be in the Black Hills. Get in the herd weekdays 10 to 1 on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid.
Welcome back in on a Friday, the Nate Brown Show's Rapid City Sports Talk Show. Remember, you can watch us on Twitter at Nate Sports Guy. Follow us on Twitter at Nate Sports Guy. This show live weekdays 4 to 6. You can watch us live, saying hi to everybody. A beautiful day in the Black Hills. Pretty nice weekend. It's getting set for that. We'll get you set right here with Ephraim Salam tonight. NFL veteran, offensive lineman in the league for 13 years. Ephraim Salam, NFL analyst, FS1. He is on the way. Gary Sharp covers the Huskers. He's live from Omaha, straight ahead, 1620 The Zone in Omaha. Matthew Collar coming up as well, Vikings writer, Purple Insider. He's on tap. Lead college football writer, NBC Sports Roto World. It is Thor Nystrom. He's back on the program here on the Nate Brown Show. Find him on Twitter at ThorKU. Thor, how are you?
Doing great, Nate. Good to be with you.
Well, I appreciate your time. Let me ask you a quick one here. I think it's been kind of overlooked because, we're talking about games and things like this. I just wonder where it's going to go, this Knight Commission recommendation. I just did a segment on it. Many people think, okay, they're recommending this group. They're recommending college football needs their own governing structure. The NCAA, they really don't control college football, like the playoff. They don't at all. So they say, they need their own governing structure. College football needs a commissioner like Roger Goodell. Many people think that. I just wonder if it's going to be harder than people think. What's your take on the Knight Commission recommendation?
Yeah, I just think that that's inevitable. I just think that that's where we're going. We saw sort of a taste of that, in terms of the conference realignment, whenever that started to happen. Just sort of the powers that be sucking up, schools and stuff like that. And I think the idea of the FBS breaking away, or eventually perhaps even the Power 5 breaking away from the G5, I just think that that's the way that we're trending. So, yeah, I don't know how long that's going to take, but that doesn't surprise me at all.
Thor Nystrom on, college football writer, NBC Sports Roto World. Let me get into this story that just seems bizarre, but it seems like there might be some legs to it. I'm hearing over the last 2 days in all these reports, Tom Herman at Texas, okay, he could be in trouble. We wonder that. Urban Meyer, is he the guy that's going to take over there? Then today, a report comes out, says Tom Herman, he might just coach out the season, but he's going to be done. He's going to be done. Where do we find the truth here with Tom Herman when it comes to Urban Meyer in Texas?
Yeah, and I'm hearing a lot of the same things. I've heard, regardless of what happens against Kansas State, that he's going to get fired. it's hard to believe that, right? Like, you know, I mean, like at that point, Texas would be 6-3. They could win the bowl game, be 7-3. Like, you know, it was a strange season. You know, they just had Samuel Cosme and Caden Stearns opt out. You know, it wasn't the season they were expecting in presumably what is Ellinger's last season. However, because of the pause eligibility clock, you could get Ellinger back, although they just did the fond farewell. I think Ellinger is going to have pie in the sky ideas in his head about being an NFL quarterback, you know, and perhaps will leave now. But anyway, all of which is to say, like, I think it's odd personally, but you know, just reading the tea leaves, it seems like the boosters have gotten sick of Herman, and you know, perhaps the you know, some of the personality stuff where, you know, when you're winning, you know, you put up with some of that stuff, but like when you start to lose, it doesn't go over so well. You know, like some of that stuff, like in the bowl game a couple years ago with Drew Lock when he was mocking them, and you know, some of that stuff. It's like, you know, some of that act grows stale. You know, or like you know, the Zach Smith stuff. You know, you have some of the stuff
that was ugly. That was ugly, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some stuff about Tom Herman, like you start peeking behind the curtain, it seems a bit tawdry. And so I can understand why, you know, the boosters, where Herman hasn't immediately delivered on what they want, even though to someone like me, it surprises me because he hasn't been an abject failure. You'd think you give him a little bit longer, but just because of those personality things, they might have a quick hook for him.
Let me ask you, Urban Meyer at Texas, I mean, that'd be unbelievable. For college football, it really would.
I mean, for sure. You know, I mean, you're talking about one of the best recruiters that we've seen. You know, I mean, in modern college football, going to one of the easier schools to recruit at. You know, and we saw Urban Meyer at Ohio State, which is, you know, another school like that. Florida to another degree, but. I mean, yeah. I mean, Urban Meyer at Florida would be ridiculous. That would be something that would be hard for, you know, even Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma to compete with consistently. Obviously, that would be a no-brainer hire for Texas, but I wonder why Urban Meyer would do it. You have like the, you know, sort of the drama there that you know of his former understudy Tom Herman. You know, he's going to go. He's going to sort of assume that and go into that like. He got out of the game because of the stress and all that sort of stuff. We've seen him retire twice now because of it. It just doesn't, you know, it's a pressure cooker situation. It seems like that would sort of amplify it. You know, I'm just playing armchair psychologist. I have no inside information on this, but for me, you know, just thinking about Urban's thing, and especially with how good he is on TV, if I'm Urban, I just stay there, or else I take one of the cushy jobs like USC. If you want an elite cushy job, that's it. Clay Helton is a terrible coach, and he hangs on every single year and doesn't seem to have the fire to his feet ever. That's the elite job I'd want if I was a guy like Urban Meyer and didn't want the pressure.
Some people say Urban Meyer just wants that Texas job to stick it to Tom Herman. They're not on good terms. Let me just say, they're not on good terms. I will ask you this. Ohio State, speaking of Ohio State, Urban Meyer's old team, Ohio State's going to play against Michigan State, okay? First of all, you like breaking down some odds. Do you like that number? What are we at, 23.5-point favorites? Is Ohio State going to blow their doors off?
Yeah, I do like the Buckeyes. My number is actually higher on that game. It's about a field goal higher. On sort of the downside, Ohio State's going to be out a couple players because of COVID. But, you know, like you're mentioning, the team physician said they're good to go. You know, they have guys that are coming back that got out of the protocols and stuff like that. And then the other thing, you know, not just in a vacuum, like I said, numerically, do I think that the Buckeyes are like a good sort of value with that number, but they're also incentivized to beat Michigan State by margin because the next week, Michigan, their COVID issues right now, that's putting that game in jeopardy. If that game gets canceled, Ohio State right now, by what the Big Ten rule is written right now by their protocols, that would be their third cancellation, which would bar them from participating in the Big Ten title game. There's been some whispers that the Big Ten, if that happens to Ohio State, they might try to rejigger the rules to get Ohio State into the game. But, I mean, that would take a little bit to get there.
I mean, do you think the Big Ten should make that change? Do you think Ohio State should get into the college football playoff essentially if they're 5-0, 6-0?
No and no. I don't, because that's the way the rules were written. And this is the same reason why I agree. For instance, this is an unpopular opinion, but I agreed with Dabo Sweeney's take vis-a-vis Florida State, even though that put me on the other side of most of the media, because Clemson in that game, or leading up to that hypothetical matchup, they had cleared the ACC's pre-approved protocols, pre-agreed upon protocols. So they were ready to play, and FSU, decided they were uncomfortable playing. In this case, Ohio State, they have agreed to the Big Ten's, both protocols, but also sort of their rules for this season. And, in that case, if you have the 3 games that get canceled, you shouldn't be able to bypass that after the fact, just because the Big Ten wants Ohio State in. Those are the rules. That's what everyone played by the entire season. And then as far as the playoffs go, for me, you have to evaluate the resumes. You just do. And if something's close, sure, you can sort of give the tiebreaker to the team that you project to be better. If there are circumstances that pull them down. If it's Clemson against another one-loss team, obviously you're going to put in Clemson because Lawrence was gone for their one loss. But in the case of Ohio State, where they just have 5 games played, and they were unable to qualify for their conference title game if that Michigan the game against Michigan is canceled. I just don't know if that's the resume to get into the playoff. That's just me.
So it's not enough. Not enough games. Not enough games. If you say if they are 5-0, not enough games. I made that my question of the day yesterday. Here's a little hypothetical. Michigan, they had 14 positives in the athletic department. They were just looking at this past week. Some of these are in the football program. So they're having a tough time with COVID. Their game next week is in doubt. Is there any way Michigan just says, we're out? I mean, come on. People don't want to say that, Thor, but Michigan, yeah, we don't want to play Ohio State. The AD got pretty offended by that the other day.
Yeah, I'm sure publicly he did. But if I was Michigan, there's no way I'd play that game. Whether it's out of an abundance of caution or whether it's just, my testing numbers are high, I'm not sure how you would have to spin it or whatever. I mean, Florida State, they got to make up their own reasons and their own protocols for 2 different weeks. Michigan could do whatever, but if I'm them, I'm not playing it. No way. I mean, they're going to get their doors blown off, and all it would do is give Ohio State, their hated rival, a stepping stone to both the Big Ten title game and then presumably the college football playoff. Whereas, I mean,
are you saying it's not happening? It's not happening? I mean, are you saying that right now they're not going to play it?
Well, man, what I'm saying is, if I'm Jim Harbaugh, what incentive do I have to play that game? The heat's just going to go up on me because we're just going to get our doors blown off. Whereas if we just pull out of the game again out of an abundance of caution, I'm going to be a hero, briefly to my fan base because I've deprived my hated rival of making the Big Ten title game, and they might get screwed over out of the college football playoff as well because of the 5-game thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. That's why I said people get fired up. They said, Michigan will play that. Michigan will play that. I'm not so sure about that. Thor Nystrom, college football writer, NBC Sports, Roto-World. Find him on Twitter. A good follow there. He's got his best bets as well, at ThorKU. Good stuff, Thor. Enjoy the weekend. Thanks a lot.
Always awesome to join you, Nate. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thor Nystrom on the Nate Brown Show on Fox Sports Rapid City. Lead college football writer, NBC Sports, Roto-World. Coming right back, Coach Hollenbeck is in. We need to talk St. Thomas More basketball. Our basketball previews continue. St. Thomas More has been a powerhouse. What's it look like this year for the Cavaliers? Coach Hollenbeck live next.
The Nate Brown Show.
At Gateway Autoplex, we strive to give you the best car buying experience in the Black Hills. We offer a hassle-free, worry-free environment, and we've made it easy to get pre-approved in minutes by going to gatewayapproves.com or stop in and we can help you through the process right there.
So check us out at 410 North Campbell Street or 123 Omaha. 2 great locations serving you in the Black Hills.
See for yourself why our customers say we have the funnest buying experience in Rapid City.
Gateway Autoplex, where nobody, and I mean nobody,
beats a Gateway deal.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Lows level off around 32. Tonight, under clear skies, winds out of the northwest, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly sunny skies and calm. Tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 53. Mainly clear skies and quiet again. Tomorrow night, lows level off around 30. Dry with temps well above average, Sunday and Monday, and highs in the upper 50s. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently, it's 56.
Not all trusts fit in a box. We do our best to put a personal touch on each one and really listen to our customers and make sure that we take care of them the very best that we can.
We are going to apply the best of our knowledge and ability and care to really analyze our situation and find all the best solutions that we possibly can.
We customize what we do to what you need. Pioneer Bank and Trust is local.
Broadcasting from the Anytime Auto Sales, Service and Detail Studio. Sales, service, and side-by-sides. This is Fox Sports Rapid City.
Oh, the Friday show, you've made it, right? You've made it, sending you into the weekend. The Nate Brown Show's Rapid City Sports Talk Show on Fox Sports Rapid City. Ephraim Salam's live tonight. He's going to join us, NFL analyst, former NFL offensive lineman. Ephraim Salam live from L.A., Fox Sports Radio national host. Gary Sharp talking Huskers. Huskers Purdue. So who wins that? I've got it in Brown's Best. I'm going to make the pick. Brown's Best. I've got 4 college games tonight. 4 NFL games tonight. Brown's Best will make the picks. Against the number, how about BYU Coastal Carolina? I got people arguing with me here in the studio about that. We'll get to it. Brown's Best coming up. First, our high school basketball previews. They continue, and our coverage of high school basketball will be live on Fox Sports Rapid City. Tell you, the season's here. And St. Thomas More has been a program that's been so good over the years. I thought they were going to win it last year. I thought they could have won the whole thing. Class A boys basketball last year was a big year, and of course we know what happened. And now they come back, some new faces. The head coach of the St. Thomas More boys program, Dave Hollenbeck, back for another year and back on the program. Coach, good to talk to you. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks, Nate, for having me.
Well, let me ask you about this past year. It's been a mess for everybody, but I ask you about it because as a basketball program, you pride yourselves on off-season work, going to some tournaments, getting in the work. How did that go in this scenario?
Well, it was challenging, obviously, and it was for everybody, but it was really difficult for all the kids we have that played AAU. All that stuff was canceled, so that was pretty hard for us. We were able to get a couple team camps in, but other than that, we had a group of guys that went to Sioux Falls this fall for a league, so we got some playing in there, and then, of course, everything we could do in our gym. We did get quite a bit of workouts in there, but it definitely wasn't the same.
Yeah, I look at it. Have you moved on, Coach? I mean, you're getting ready for a season now, but when did you move on after the mess that was maybe a state championship run for you from this last year?
Honestly, I totally haven't moved on. I mean, it's still a little bit bitter for me, but just when I compare things today and where everybody's at today with COVID versus what was going on back then, and it's I guess we can't blame anybody, and it's a tough situation, and we have to make sure we put safety first in everything we do. But it's gonna we spent a lot of years, a lot of time building for that, and And championships are extremely, extremely difficult to come by, and I thought we had an opportunity to play for one. Usually when we've gone to those state tournaments sitting at the number one seed, we've had really tough draws that first day, and we've had tough brackets, it seems like, every time we've been number one. But this year I felt we had things kind of lined up for us. But we can think about that all we want. What's more important is what's in front of us right now, and I've got a good group of kids that I enjoy coaching, and we have to figure out a way to get them better and try to win some games this year.
Well, I wanted to ask Dave Hollenbeck about last year. Well, this past year in March, the team was outstanding, could have made a state tournament run, and now, of course, Coach, I say, well, now you're back to basketball. People weren't sure, okay, how are we going to get winter sports? Are we going to get going? And went through the fall. Now you're back to basketball. And you just said it. You enjoy these kids. Why do you keep coming back to coach? You've been doing it a long time. Why do you want to keep doing this?
Well, I still feel competitive. It's part of my blood, I guess, and I enjoy being in the practices with the kids and traveling with them, and we spend a lot of time together in the off seasons. I'm just real lucky in the situation I have to have good parents and good kids, good families. So that keeps me coming back. Just the competing and being around good people.
Okay, so tell us about this team. Everybody's looking at your son Connor was so good. Ryder Kirsch was so good. I mean, you lost some great players. There's a lot of new faces here. What's this team supposed to be?
Well, you're right. We lost 5 of our top 6 guys. 4 of them are on college teams now. 1 of them football, and 3 in basketball. My son and Ryder Kirsch and Caden Casey. Ryder was Mr. Basketball South Dakota, and Caden Casey's 12th, 13th all-time 3-point shooter in the state history. So, and my son had a really good run there. So. We have a lot to replace, but I've got 4 seniors. We're going to be relying on Ryan Wojcik, Charlie Larson, Ben Feist, and Jack Green to lead us this year. They're not as skilled or athletic or as tall, but we're very strong kids, and they're good kids. They work hard, and I think they can do some things a little better. So, we're looking forward to getting them on the floor, and they've got great attitudes, and they're working hard right now. So, I think we have a chance to maybe surprise some people. Things have to come together for us to make that happen. Obviously, we're going to have some difficult stretches, especially scoring the basketball, because we don't quite have the same skill level. But we're going to put a competitive product on the floor is what I'm hopeful for.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised by that. St. Thomas More head boys basketball coach Dave Hollenbeck on tonight. They start their season. They've started. Games coming up very quickly. Coach, good to get you on. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Nate.
Appreciate it. Preview from Dave Hollenbeck back at St. Thomas More. Boy, the team last year was unbelievable. He had a great team. I thought they could have made that run. I thought they could have made the Class A run. That would have been 5 state championships if they were, but it's all for naught. You could sense a little frustration there with Coach Hollenbeck. Of course, things came to a screeching halt, and now we've worked in things as we've gone along in this pandemic. And now basketball is back. I hope everybody plays it smart, stays safe, continues to do the right things, do what you have to do so we can do what we want to do, and that's where I'm at, and I want hoops. There's no doubt. Coach Hollenbeck and St. Thomas More lost a lot. We'll see where the guys are at. He said they can do some things better than last year's team, but maybe not as skilled basketball-wise. Keep your eye on St. Thomas More. Coming back with the Vikings writer, Matthew Collar, the insider, literally. He's covered the Vikings a long time. He has his own company now, purpleinsider.com. Matthew Collar from the Twin Cities. The Vikings. This is an easy one, right? The Jaguars? Come on. Matthew Collar next.
You're listening to the only live and local sports talk show in the Black Hills, The Nate Brown Show, on Fox Sports RapidCity.com and live on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM Fox Sports Rapid City.
At Terrell Tires in the Speed Center, we let our customers do the talking.
Very well-maintained tire and speed shop, over-the-top service, and very reasonably priced. Need I say more?
Scott and crew at Terrell Tires have always gone over and beyond for us. Great prices for great tires. Also, anytime we've needed odd-sized tires for ranch equipment, Scott gets us what we need.
Great customer service. Spent plenty of time answering all of our questions, and the truck looks awesome with the new rims.
Terrell Tires in the Speed Center, 105 North Campbell Street, Rapid City. Terrell Tires in the Speed Center, we let our customers do the talking.
Very well-maintained tire and speed shop, over-the-top service, and very reasonably priced. Need I say more?
Scott and crew at Terrell Tires have always gone over and beyond for us. Great prices for great tires. Also, anytime we've needed odd-sized tires for ranch equipment, Scott gets us what we need.
Great customer service. Spent plenty of time answering all of our questions, and the truck looks awesome with the new rims.
Terrell Tires in the Speed Center, 105 North Campbell Street, Rapid City.
The next time you're wondering, where should I go for a great lunch or dinner? The place you need to put on your list is Zamerik's Noodle Cafe. Zamerik's has so many great noodle and rice bowls to choose from, made from the freshest ingredients, and prepared just the way you like it. Plus, your kids will absolutely love the mac and cheese bowls at Zamerik's. Whether it's a quick lunch to go or dinner with the family, Zamerik's is a great choice. Affordable, fresh, and something tasty for everybody. That's Zamerik's Noodle Cafe on West Main in Rapid City.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City. This is the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City.
Get away from it all in the great outdoors for lasting family memories with a new or pre-owned RV from Dakota Discount RV. We make your RV experience fun and easy by providing you with a quality recreational vehicle, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. Our large inventory of fifth-wheelers, travel trailers, toy haulers, and live-in horse trailers allows us to save our customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Stop by and see us at Dakota Discount RV, 3330 East Mall Drive across from Cabela's and on JB Road, Blackhawk.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Remember to catch me weekday mornings from 7 until 10 a.m. right here on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. Fox Sports Rapid City. And now, back to Rapid City's sports talk show, The Nate Brown Show.
Oh, we're in the Drive at 5 already on a Friday. How about that? It's Friday in the Drive at 5. Rapid City Sports Talk Show. Thought-provoking sports talk. 2 hours. We're live weekdays 4 to 6 and send you into the weekend. Pretty nice weekend in the Black Hills, I think, right? Stay smart out there. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good time. Stay smart. All right. I'm going to watch some football this weekend. I'm going to play a little basketball with my daughters. Got to get them skilled up a little bit. Outside, going to play it outdoors this weekend of the Black Hills. Can you believe that? Early December, we're going to play a little hoops. Let's talk Vikings right now. So I want to get into this. The Vikings have the Jaguars at home. Okay, so this should be easy, right? The Vikings should be getting right back in this thing. Matthew Collar, Vikings writer, PurpleInsider.com, on Twitter at Matthew Collar. He's back from the Twin Cities. Matthew, how are you tonight?
I am doing good. You well know that it is never easy for this version of the Vikings.
No, that is right. That is right. You say, I was setting you up for that. See, I was setting you up for that. Nothing is easy. Now, I will say the Vikings got some help last week. Some teams lost that they needed to have lose. You've been, I'm not going to say pessimistic, Matthew, a realist with this Vikings team and their playoff chances. Where are you today on their playoff chances? Have you moved at all?
I have not moved a ton. One of the things that I like to do after every week is go look, when it's playoff season and see what all the statistical websites say about the Vikings odds and things like that in playoff scenarios. And still, most of those types of sites, your ESPNs and Football Outsiders, they have them at about a 1-in-4 chance. And I think that that's fair. I mean, they do have 2 very tough games on the road that they have to play against Tampa Bay and against New Orleans. and they've also blown enough close games against bad teams like Dallas and Atlanta. Well, Atlanta wasn't a close game, but just blown games they should have won, to say that they probably don't win all the games they're supposed to win the rest of the way. And so I do remain a little bit skeptical, especially when you watch them only beat Carolina because of a missed last-second field goal, by the Panthers and a number of other mistakes that the Panthers gave them. And you think about even how close they were to losing against a terrible Chicago team a couple of weeks ago. It's hard for me to say that they've done anything in recent weeks that means they're going to win out or they're going to get to 10-6 or something like that. I think Arizona still is a stronger team, and that it's unlikely that Tom Brady lets his team completely fall off. I mean, there certainly are scenarios where they could do it, but I think that there's a lot more to prove here.
Vikings, Kirk Cousins always gets critiqued, doesn't get a lot of praise. I threw this out earlier this week. The month of November, he's my NFC Player of the Month. Over 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, 1 interception, completion percentage 71% in November. How good was Kirk? Is it fool's gold?
Well, I think it's classic Kirk is what it is, because I went back and I looked at every year where he's been a full-time starter and he played either 15 or 16 games, and every year he has a stretch of somewhere between 5 to 7 games where he has a quarterback rating of 120 or something like that. And there's just always that other side of the roller coaster with Cousins. I mean, it's amazing. It's like he knocked the house down and then has built it back up. At the beginning of the year, he's leading the entire league in interceptions, and he's throwing away games like against Atlanta where they were just behind from the very first gun. And then you have games like Carolina here where he plays terrific and leads the game-winning drive, and it was everything you ever could ask for him. He's moving around and making throws. He's running. But, if you go back and look, it's kind of funny just doing a little research on this subject, is that from 2017 with Washington, their media was talking about, hey, Cousins is moving around more often and making plays. It's like we constantly are relitigating the Kirk Cousins thing of where we stand with him, but it always kind of comes back to the same answer, is that on a week-to-week basis, he could be the best quarterback in the NFL, or he could be one of the worst, and you don't really ever know which version is showing up. And the bad version shows up not all the time, but enough times to usually put you in situations where you're 5-6 and hoping for the playoffs.
Have we figured out the answer to why? Why do we get so good? And I say game plans, that helps. How you run the football, all of that stuff helps. Why can he be so good and then, in your words, so bad? Why?
Yeah, I think it's because he's always been prone to the bad interception, the pick six, the fumble. I mean, last week he gets away with a fumble, which of course not his fault necessarily, but he's one of the league leaders, if not still. The last time I checked this, he was number one since 2015 among all quarterbacks in fumbles, and it just seems to happen to him pretty often that if he gets hit, he's losing the ball. The last 2 weeks in a row he's done that. 2018 he threw a lot of pick sixes. That's kind of gone away, but he's also still thrown a good number of interceptions this year in his bad streak. And I think that when you play really bad teams like Carolina, you can get away with some of those mistakes. He got away with one against Dallas as well and kept them in that game close. But when you play better teams, it's hard to make those key mistakes and then get away with them and win. And so I think when they play good defenses, which is not the case this week at all, but when they do play good defenses, that's where it usually crops up that, they don't get away with those mistakes. So I think, Cousins has a lot of talent. He's got a ton of talent around him, and he always has throughout his career, which I think has helped him become a franchise quarterback. But it's just when he has that bad run of mistakes, just like with a baseball hitter, when they strike out, 16 times in a row or something, you go, like, this guy looks like the worst hitter of all time, and then he'll hit 5 home runs the next week. I mean, I think it's the same thing with Kirk Cousins.
Matthew Coller, Vikings writer. PurpleInsider.com is the site. He's in the Twin Cities. Vikings against the Jaguars. Vikings 9-point favorites. I'm going to point to this. Another offensive note. PFF grades out wide receivers against single coverage this year. Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen are in the top 3. Devontae Adams is number 1. And then it's Thielen, then it's Jefferson. Performance grade against single coverage. They're in the top 3. What does that tell you? The teams aren't respecting him enough to double him, or they're really efficient?
Yeah, I think it tells you that both of those guys are great, and it also tells you something about Cousins. I mean, right, that the best thing you can have in the NFL is wide receivers who beat man coverage, because you can only double team so many guys, so often, right? You can't double team two receivers for an entire game because then you're leaving somebody wide open. And so if you have receivers who can beat man coverage every time, it certainly makes the quarterback's job easier. And I'm not downplaying, Cousins making the throws, because they're not always easy, but it definitely helps boost what he's been able to do. And I think really with Jefferson, I've always known that Adam Thielen can beat man coverage because he's a real route technician and all that. But with Justin Jefferson being able to run routes with such precision at this point in his career, when he's only a couple of games into his career, has really impressed me. And he caught a touchdown last week. I mean, he caught, two, both were impressive, but the second one where he ran kind of a crossing route and then slammed on the brakes, and his cornerback went flying like a basketball player. When it was something that was like high-level stuff from a rookie receiver, and it just, I think, speaks to the fact that Jefferson is on a path to be one of the best in the NFL for a very long time.
Matthew Coller getting set for Vikings Jaguars. Here it is, purpleinsider.com. Vikings writer on Twitter at Matthew Coller. Good stuff, man. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You bet. Matthew Coller, purpleinsider.com. Vikings writer, one of the best on Twitter at Matthew Coller. The Vikings at home against the Jaguars. It is in Brown's best. I've got my games. I'm going to make my picks. Send you into the weekend. I've got the picks for NFL, for college. Yes, I'm going with the Huskers game. Yes, I'm going to pick the Broncos in Kansas City, plus the Vikings and Jaguars. Brown's best on the way next.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
Weather brought to you by Mickles Post Frame Buildings. Now that Old Man Winter has given us a rude wake-up call, best be talking to Mickles Post Frame Buildings to replace your damaged steel roofing and siding with new steel in over 40 colors to choose from. All warranted and maintenance-free. Mickles Post Frame Buildings has been located on JB Road in Blackhawk at Exit 48, providing top-quality service products for 35 years. They'll work hand-in-hand with your insurance company to get you the repairs you deserve. Phone 787-4967. Mickles Post Frame Buildings, 787-4967.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Lows level off around 32. Tonight, under clear skies, winds out of the northwest, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly sunny skies and calm. Tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 53. Mainly clear skies and quiet again. Tomorrow night, lows level off around 30. Dry with temps well above average, Sunday and Monday, and highs in the upper 50s. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently, it's 56.
Rush Hockey is back. The rush of adrenaline on ice. The rush of excitement from the crowd. The rush of the win. The rush of setting out to accomplish what you started. Rapid City Rush Hockey. Don't miss Rush Hockey opening night presented by Denny Menholt on December 11th, featuring a rally towel giveaway, and Thrillers basketball night on Saturday, December 12th, sponsored in part by Vast Broadband. Tickets are on sale now at RapidCityRush.com. Rapid City Rush Hockey. Can't stop the rush.
The new Sausalada enchiladas from Taco John's are the sauciest thing we've ever seen. Just listen to all that sauce. Majestic. Filled with grilled all-white meat chicken and smothered with our premium white queso or seasoned beef in our signature red sauce. The new Sausalada enchiladas platter, starting at just $6. Come in and get sauced. Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Broadcasting from the Anytime Auto Sales, Service and Detail Studio. Sales, service, and side-by-sides. This is Fox Sports Rapid City.
Welcome back in on a Friday into the Drive at 5, brought to you by Summit Automotive Group. Start your next vehicle search at summitautomotivegrp.com. Why? The best car buying experience is with Stacy and Matt and their local crew. They want you to send them your family, your friends. They want you to have a unique car buying experience. None of the high-pressure sales stuff. SummitAutomotiveGRP.com. Start there. SummitAutomotiveGRP.com. The Nate Brown Show on Fox Sports Rapid City featuring Ephraim Salam up next. Longtime NFL player, offensive lineman. I love Ephraim Salam. He's on tonight. NFL analyst for Fox Sports. He is on tap. Gary Sharp tonight. 1620 The Zone in Omaha. He covers the Huskers. We'll break down the Huskers and Purdue. And yes, I might as well break down the Huskers and Purdue right now. I might as well do that right now, as that's how we're going to kick off Brown's Best. It is college picks, NFL picks. I've got the games. I've got them in front of me. This isn't just picking winners. This is going against the Vegas number. And you're going to have to start doing this or learning this as we bring in sports betting into Deadwood, right? So you got to get ready for this, and this is what we're going to do. Brown's Best on a Friday here on Fox Sports Rapid City. Let's break it down. Huskers at Purdue. What's the number? Purdue is favored by 1. So what Vegas is telling us, this is a pick 'em basically. Are you going to tell me the Huskers are going to win? I like what they did against Iowa. You're going to say they lost. They did. They couldn't close the deal. I like what they did against Iowa. I think Iowa's fairly solid. So I'm going to go Huskers, not only +1, I'm going to go Huskers to win outright. Wrong team's favored. Huskers go on the road, and I'll take Nebraska to win. I like what they did against Iowa, and I think they'll get it done against Purdue. I don't think Purdue is a juggernaut. Jeff Brom does a good job. I don't think Purdue, they aren't as good as we've seen either. So I'll go Huskers. I think the offense gets going. Huskers +1. No, Huskers money line to win it. Staying in the Big Ten, Indiana loses Penix, the quarterback for the season. That's the guy that was high-flying. Indiana's at Wisconsin. The Badgers are 13.5-point favorites. Indiana backup quarterback. I still think Indiana's playing for Coach Allen. I think Indiana still thinks we're still reviving this program a little bit. It feels like Indiana has an edge to them. They're not going to win, but you're going to give me 13.5 points? I know they get a backup, but I wasn't impressed with Wisconsin a couple of weeks ago. I wasn't. I don't think Wisconsin started out so good, and then they had the COVID mess, and I don't think that Wisconsin's that great, so I'll go Indiana +13.5. Wisconsin will win it, but I don't think they're going to cover that number. It's a big one. Here's a game I'm really excited about. BYU, Coastal Carolina. Tomorrow, 3:30 Mountain Time start. BYU, I commend them. This is a Wyoming Cowboys fan. Giving credit to BYU. That doesn't happen very often. BYU searched out a game. They said, we'll play Coastal Carolina. We want to upgrade our resume, elevate our brand. BYU undefeated. Coastal Carolina out of the Sun Belt, undefeated. The Cougars are 10-point favorites. I'm just going to look to one game. Coastal Carolina beat Texas State 49-14. Coastal Carolina beat Texas State 49-14. Follow me. BYU beat Texas State 52-14. A 3-point gap. I think Coastal Carolina, they're at home. BYU's got to travel. College game days at Coastal Carolina. I know it's not what it used to be, college game day. You got to give me Coastal Carolina with the 10 points? I don't think BYU blows them out. You know I can't pick BYU. I just told you I'm a Wyoming fan. They're not going to blow them out. Give me the 10 points. I get a 10-point cushion at home, Coastal Carolina. I'll go +10. Coastal Carolina tomorrow afternoon. Into the NFL. Here's where it gets dicey. Brown's Best. Here's where it gets dicey. Jaguars at Vikings. Let's start there. Jaguars at Vikings. Vikings are 9-point favorites. People are out for the Jaguars. Their season is a debacle. What's Jacksonville going to do at Minnesota? Can the Vikings blow their doors off? And in the NFL, a double-digit win is blowing your doors off. I guess I'll go with the Vikings. I don't feel good about it. 9 points. Vikings 9-point favorites. Give me the Vikings. I'll take the 9, but it's tough to take. Tough to take by 9. I'll slip the Vikings in there. Here's one. LA Rams at Arizona. This one's going to affect the Vikings playoff scenario. They're kind of battling with Arizona for that extra spot in the NFC at this point. Rams are 3-point favorites at Arizona. The Cardinals are an up and down. So are the Rams. Rams look so good, and then they lose to the 49ers? Rams are 3-point favorites. I think because of the loss to the 49ers, they bounce back in a big way. Give me the Rams -3. They'll cover that on the road at Arizona. And then your favorite, Sunday Night Football. Broncos at Kansas City. Hey, guess what? Denver has a QB now. Denver has a QB. I think it's going to be Drew Lock. I don't think that gives us a great chance, but I think it's going to be Drew Lock. The Broncos at Kansas City, Sunday Night Football. What's the number, Vegas? 14 points. The Chiefs are favored by 14. I don't think it's a blowout. The Broncos defense, I think they are good. They've got a boatload of injuries. I'm a little worried about Bryce Callahan. Bryce Callahan, great cornerback for the Broncos. Great cornerback. He's out. So if this goes south, don't blame me. I just told you I'm worried about it, but I will think the Broncos will keep it within the 14 points. I think they will. Somebody, please cover. Somebody like Tyreek Hill in the secondary Sunday night. Somebody cover him. Bryce Callahan's going to be out. I'm concerned, but give me the Broncos. If you're giving me 14 in the NFL, I'll take it. Denver +14 at Kansas City Sunday night. We'll break things down with Ephraim Salaam in the NFL weekend and more. He is live next.
You're listening to The Nate Brown Show, streaming live at FoxSportsRapidCity.com and right here on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM Fox Sports Rapid City.
Elevate Performance is ready to help your athletes stay in the game during these challenging times. Right now, Elevate Performance is helping local athletes continue their training this offseason by offering semi-private sports performance training. This is your opportunity to work with the great staff at Elevate while also taking precautions by working in a small group environment. Make sure your athlete doesn't lose their edge this offseason. Have them work with Elevate Performance to take their game to the next level. Get your athlete started at ElevatePerformanceSD.com.
Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair is your local hail damage repair specialist with over 20 years of experience restoring cars to their pre-hail condition. Don't lose 30% of your resale value by having a body shop repaint it. Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair offers better resale value, has quick turnaround, and includes a lifetime guarantee on their work. The guys at Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair are trusted locals with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, offering free estimates and are conveniently located downtown. Remember them when it hails.
Rapid City.
Hi, this is Jeremy with Jerry's Cakes and Donuts, inviting you to kickstart your morning by dropping by and grabbing some fresh donuts. I want to thank you for voting us the best in the Black Hills in 2020. We're up early making your favorite donuts, so stop by and bring some to the office. Everybody loves Jerry's Cakes and Donuts, and we love you, so stop by, get a great selection to brighten up your day. Serving Rapid City for over 40 years, Jerry's Cakes and Donuts at 109 East Omaha, and remember to like Jerry's on Facebook for some great giveaways.
Dave always wore the same gray shirt to work every day. Monday through Friday, gray, gray, gray. Then one day, Dave decided to switch things up and wear that Hawaiian shirt his mother gave him. And that's when Wendy in accounting took notice. You can make a difference when you switch things up too. Switch and save an average of $536 by calling your local State Farm agent today.
To switch and save on your auto insurance, call State Farm agent Matt McCormick in Rapid City.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
Broadcasting from the Anytime Auto Sales, Service and Detail Studio. Sales, service, and side-by-sides. This is Fox Sports Rapid City.
Welcome back on a Friday and the Drive at 5 on the Nate Brown Show. It's Rapid City Sports Talk Show. Always glad you're here. Really appreciate it. Thanks for listening live on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, wherever you're at tonight. Also watching live on YouTube. Welcome in there. YouTube, just search Nate Brown Show. You can watch the show live in studio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. The archives are posted there, so it's good stuff. You don't have to miss any guests. We don't repeat a lot of segments all week, right? We want new content, new guests all week long, and search Nate Brown Show. You can find us there on YouTube and on Twitter at Nate Sports Guy. At Nate Sports Guy. You can watch the show live there as well. Ephraim Salaam, NFL veteran, Fox Sports radio host, NFL analyst for Fox Sports. Ephraim Salaam back on a Friday with a little preview of the NFL weekend. Ephraim, how are you?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
Doing good, man. I want to go backwards here before we go forwards. And I really want to know from you, did the Broncos get hosed by the NFL on Sunday? You tell me.
No. The thing, just listen. I get what you're saying. I get where you're coming from. But the thing we all have to do as adults at an unprecedented time, we have to be accountable for our actions.
Yes, I agree.
I agree. You have to put things in place where guys are serious about protecting themselves and others. And if you can't do that, we saw it with the Baltimore Ravens, right? Like, it could have very well been that, RG3 was in the protocol as well, and they would have come into a situation where Lamar's obviously had COVID, and they had to lock down that whole position. You have to be more than diligent, and that has to be your message as an organization, as a head coach. You guys have to treat this like March and April, when everybody was at home. There was no coming and going. There were no people coming in and out of your house. You have to do that because they're saying, for the most part, like once you get to the facility, the steps are being put into place where people are protected. If you can't do that outside of that, and that goes for coaches as well, then there are going to be repercussions.
Here's the rub on it. You know it. I'm coming with this. The rub on it is the Broncos quarterbacks made the mistakes, okay? The Broncos didn't have a outbreak. The Ravens did. Their strength and conditioning coach made the mistake. An outbreak happened. They postponed their game a week. They postponed it a week, and they make the Broncos play the next day.
It's all about timing, right? When this thing happens, how can you adjust? Do you have enough time to adjust the schedule? All of that, the things that we don't see as, the outsiders looking in, is everything that goes into moving a game. Just think about logistic-wise. No fans are there or anything like that, but just logistic-wise in terms of broadcasting and so on and so forth. So if you get to that point where, it's 2 days before your game, I'm sorry, what are we going to do? What can we do?
Hey,
right?
One more
thing. But if you have 5-6 days out to navigate that, that's a different story.
I felt like it was a dangerous situation for the Broncos quarterback. This kid hadn't played since college 3 years ago. There was going to be a wildcat, so the Saints knew what was coming. I felt it was a dangerous situation.
Well, the guys out there are going to protect themselves, but you had to put a better plan in place as a team. What that was, I don't even know how to. I don't even know what that was. I don't even know how to quantify that. I don't even know at all what that was. Like, you can go out in the backyard. You can go out in the backyard and play better catch than that.
I agree with you on that. The game plan wasn't very good, but the Broncos were in a bad spot, Ephraim. That's a bad spot.
It is. It's a tough spot.
Yeah.
And you just have to be able to navigate it. Broncos aren't the only team that lost their starting quarterback to COVID. You have to be resilient. You have to bounce back. Like I said at the beginning of all of this, this is the year that you're going to have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Things are going to happen. You're going to lose players. You got to have things in place. All of these things should be happening just in case something like this happens. That personnel, that they ought to be working overtime. The execs and everybody putting this thing together, they need to be working overtime, especially when the playoffs are coming up.
Ephraim Salaam joins us. You can hear him on Fox Sports Radio right here on the weekends on Fox Sports Rapid City, NFL analyst, former NFL offensive lineman. So I want to break down. This game here has some playoff implications potentially. Rams at Arizona. Rams didn't look good against the 49ers, lose. I don't know why they're so up and down. Same story with Arizona. Very up and down. What's this game look like to you between these two teams? Did I lose him?
Nate?
Yeah, you got me. You got me? I got you. Can you hear me?
I lost you for a second.
Okay, you got me, right? Can you hear me?
Got you.
Okay, good. I was talking Rams, Arizona. Both teams inconsistent to me. Both teams can be very good, and now they play each other. What do you see from these two? Who's better?
I would lean towards the Rams because of Aaron Donald, and defensively they're starting to hit their stride. Still got some questions offensively about what they want to do running the ball. They got weapons on the outside, but Kyler Murray's dangerous. But right now I'd lean towards the Rams.
I want to ask you about some struggles. Carson Wentz, you're a former offensive lineman, Ephraim. Carson Wentz is back there looking like a shell of himself. What is the future of Carson Wentz?
Well, it'll be there because they have to pay him. But he's definitely not hitting any strides. He's going to be on that roster. It's almost $70 million in the next 2 years, or more than that, $80 million in the next 2 years, somewhere along there. So they can't do anything with him. They have to figure out a way to maximize his abilities.
Carson Wentz in trouble in Philly. A lot of teams are in trouble in the NFC East. It is Ephraim Salam on tonight, Fox Sports Rapid City. Finally, Taysom Hill. Sean Payton went with Taysom Hill, looked good against Atlanta, just had to run it against the Broncos. That was an easy game. I might have lost him again. Do I have you again? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I got to run, though. I got to go.
All right. I appreciate it. All right, man. All right, he's got to roll. Ephraim Salam here on Fox Sports Rapid City. I hope he's all right. Something happened there, an emergency, right? I hope he's all right. By the way, I was just getting into this, the Taysom Hill situation with the Saints. Sean Payton made a calculation there. He made a calculation, said, I'm going with Taysom Hill. We guaranteed him $16 million. He's just a utility guy, but we're going to go with Taysom instead of Jameis Winston, who has a lot of experience, right, as a quarterback. Saints looked pretty good in the debut with Taysom Hill. Against the Broncos, I didn't think they looked good at all. That was a gimme game. That was just a farce of a game. Taysom Hill now, you wonder, can the Saints do what they need to do? We're talking about a really concerning injury for Drew Brees. People think he might be done. People think the whole year. Some people say, oh, he could come back late. He got in big trouble. Punctured lung, broken ribs. I mean, he's in big trouble. So the Saints with Taysom Hill, what are they? That was my last question for Ephraim Salam. I hope he's all right. Little emergency exit on the Nate Brown Show. On a Friday, we've got more for you. Don't worry. Gary Sharp lined up and ready. Huskers, 16-20 the zone in Omaha. Nebraska, I just picked them. They're a tough team to pick, but I picked Nebraska to beat Purdue. What's it mean for the Husker program moving forward? What are they playing for now? Gary Sharp live from Omaha next.
Your sports, your show. This is the Nate Brown Show on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
At Terrell Tires in the Speed Center, we let our customers do the talking.
Very well-maintained tire and speed shop, over-the-top service, and very reasonably priced. Need I say more?
Scott and crew at Terrell Tires have always gone over and beyond for us. Great prices for great tires. Also, anytime we've needed odd-sized tires for ranch equipment, Scott gets us what we need.
Great customer service. Spent plenty of time answering all of our questions, and the truck looks awesome with the new rims.
Terrell Tires and the Speed Center, 105 North Campbell Street, Rapid City.
Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair is your local hail damage repair specialist with over 20 years of experience restoring cars to their pre-hail condition. Don't lose 30% of your resale value by having a body shop repaint it. Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair offers better resale value, has quick turnaround, and includes a lifetime guarantee on their work. The guys at Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair are trusted locals with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, offering free estimates and are conveniently located downtown. Remember them when it hails.
Here at Pizza Ranch, we appreciate innovations in food delivery, like how the ancient Italians used to slingshot hot meals to hungry Romans on the go. And while we appreciate the creativity, it turned out to be, well, a little messy. So, we found a better way to bring you our legendary pizza, the country's best chicken, and our one-of-a-kind cactus bread. Just place your order online, on the phone, or on our app, and then pick it up or have it delivered right to your door. All nicely packaged in clean, sturdy, non-flying boxes. No catching necessary. Pizza Ranch.
The doctors and staff at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center have provided expert bone, joint, and muscle care to patients in the Black Hills area since 1976. Whether you're an elite athlete, a weekend warrior, or just want to continue your active lifestyle, the orthopedic experts at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center will help you stay in the game. Don't let an injury keep you from doing the things you love. Trust the team at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, specializing in what moves you. Learn more at bhosc.com.
If you got hail damage to your vehicle, see the local professionals at 926 Main Street, Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair. They'll bring your vehicle back to pre-hail condition in only a matter of days, and with a lifetime guarantee. They offer free loaner cars and have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Stop by and see a free demo of the quality work they do at Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair. Downtown on the corner of West Boulevard and Main, it's Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair.
Sometimes everything that can possibly go wrong does, all at the same time. Maybe it's a storm or a fire. You've got damage to your car, your home, and other stuff, and one big mess on your hands. A Farm Bureau agent can make it better, simply with a single deductible for it all. It's our one deductible advantage. You're going to love how Farm Bureau agents make insurance simple.
Call me, Tom Berger, your Farm Bureau agent in Rapid City, at 348-3470.
If you're planning to keep on driving your current vehicle with higher miles on it, drive with confidence after a thorough inspection at Pro Auto Care. Regular service and preventative maintenance is extra important for higher mileage vehicles, so bring yours on into Pro Auto Care to keep it running longer for you. At Pro Auto Care, Tom and his crew pledge to give you an honest evaluation and never over-service or overcharge. From inspections to oil changes, brakes, tires, and major automotive service, trust Pro Auto Care. Open as usual at 1891 Rand Road, Rapid City.
Broadcasting from the Anytime Auto Sales, Service and Detail Studio. Sales, service, and side-by-sides. This is Fox Sports Rapid City.
Welcome back in Fox Sports Rapid City, the Nate Brown Show live, Rapid City Sports Talk Show, getting you set for the football weekend. And I just went through my games. Brown's Best, if you missed them opening the hour tonight, Brown's Best, I made the picks. I included the Huskers at Purdue. Purdue, the latest number in Vegas. Purdue, 1-point favorite. Basically a pick 'em there. Did I make the mistake of going with the Huskers? Money line, Huskers money line, that's a winner. We're going to be playing that in Deadwood here in about 6 months. Sports betting coming to South Dakota through Deadwood. I hope the Huskers can cover. I hope they can cover. I'm taking them to win, so we'll see where this goes. Let's get a guy that's on top of it, Gary Sharp. He has the Gary Sharp Show on 1620 The Zone in Omaha. Covers the Huskers, as you know. He's on Twitter at Gary Sharp 1620. He's here on the Nate Brown Show on a Friday. Gary, thanks for the time. How are you?
Good, Nate, and I like how you're thinking. I'm thinking right in line with you. About
You are. Okay. Yeah. Here's why, and then you can explain. So I explained it this way. I said, I don't know exactly how it's going to go. The Huskers, as you know, they've let us down a lot. You're thinking, they might be turning the corner. I don't know if they are or not. I just liked the game against Iowa. I hated the ending, but I liked what I saw throughout much of it. So I think they get that done against Purdue. I think Purdue's worse than Iowa. I think the Huskers build on last week. What's your take?
You know, I'm with you. I think Purdue has a lot of things going on. One, they've really struggled on defense. And, by the way, their defensive coordinator is Bob Diaco, who spent 1 year Mike Riley's last year in Lincoln. It was just a complete mess. But their defense, since giving up 20 to Iowa, it's progressively gotten worse. The last 3 games, they only have forced 1 turnover, only have 1 sack. Teams are running for at least 170 yards a game on them. They are poor in special teams across the board. Jeff Brom has alluded to possibly some opt-outs. They've lost their starting quarterback. Now they've got 3 talented wide receivers, but I think there's some things, if you go off of trying to find some positive signs out of a 6-point loss against your rival last week, and what Purdue is currently at, I like Nebraska in this game. I think this is a game where both of these teams play close games. Both of these teams have trouble closing out games. But I think Nebraska gets it done tomorrow. I think there were certain things about the offense that can get you through Purdue, but it doesn't cure anything. You just right now need to win a football game because, Nate, Nebraska's lost 7 in a row to their fellow divisional foes. If you go through all 6 teams, the last time Nebraska played that particular team, they have a loss. So they have to start to turn things around. People may say, man, you got one more month left. It really doesn't matter. What's there to play for? There's a lot to play for in this season where Nebraska hasn't been affected by COVID-19. They've lost one game, and that was because of Wisconsin's issues. Nebraska hasn't had any starters that have missed any games. This season does matter, but I think tomorrow really matters to see if the Iowa game was just a mirage or is this team really, really scuttling right now.
Okay, Scott Frost has hit the 19-loss mark, and people have referenced that because Mike Riley's record was even way better. It took him a long time to get to this 19-loss mark, and people have referenced that. Is there any thought of Scott Frost in the next 2 years what his deal is going to be like?
Well, Nebraska will never fire Scott Frost. That would be a mutual parting of ways.
Okay.
Or he would go on his own. I think Scott's caught in a really weird spot right now. He has recruited well. I don't think there's any question that Nebraska can recruit. Now it becomes about retention and development. And finding a way in those 19 losses where 11 of them have been by 8 points or less, what's the difference? That's the frustrating thing, and that's what I heard a lot this week, Nate, is it looks like the same thing over and over. Yeah, Iowa's defense, or Nebraska's defense played well against Iowa and didn't get bludgeoned, but still a mistake in a drop punt, a fumble at the end of the game hurt Nebraska. How can you tell me they're getting close? That's where we're all at right now, trying to balance how close is Nebraska or how far they are away. I can't answer that question because some days you think they're moving forward. Other days it looks the same as it's looked around here for a while. I think it'll be clear by the end of next year if this is going to work or not. But the scary thing is there are very few college football coaches that struggle through their first 3 years and then all of a sudden find that extra gear. The one guy I can think of right away is Mack Brown. I don't know what Scott's going to do. This is an important offseason to kind of examine his program, but there's certain spots he has to get right for this program to move forward, and that first starts with quarterback.
Gary Sharp, 1620 The Zone in Omaha. The Gary Sharp Show, talking Huskers here on Fox Sports Rapid City. You just threw out the quarterback. That was my next question. It feels to me like Adrian Martinez is the better quarterback. He can just throw it down the field to me better. I just feel that. McCaffrey is talented. I don't feel like he's quarterback ready. What's the read on quarterback?
Well, it's kind of, if people know the long history of Nebraska football, it's like all of a sudden Nebraska has Jamal Lord and Mickey Joseph playing quarterback for him again. Luke McCaffrey is a great athlete, and Luke McCaffrey has to be on the field because he can run the ball, he can catch the ball. I don't know that on a continual basis at the Division I level he can be a quarterback to throw the football, but he's a weapon you got to have on the field. With Adrian, he was much better on Friday against Iowa. He was more decisive, but he still has locking on to a wide receiver or a little hesitation or the inability to throw the ball downfield. I've asked all week, Nate, with Adrian Martinez, if Adrian Martinez has a place in your program next year, can you fix one, or will you make Adrian Martinez better by fixing the 10 around him? I think there's also that weird, like, you're in the middle, because you look at Adrian and you're trying to recapture some of the stuff you saw as a freshman, but you also know the wide receivers haven't lived up to their billing. Running back's been a wash. The starting running back has been injured most of the year. The offensive line has, I think, regressed when I thought that would be a strength. So there's just a lot of weird things going on with the offense that really leaves Nebraska in a position of neutrality in what this offense wants to do. And then I'll throw another thing in there about the quarterback position. Look into the future. As you know, Mackenzie Milton is now in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
And he prospered under Scott Frost and Mario Verduzco, the head coach and quarterback coach at Central Florida. And so that became a new wrench in this. I don't think Mackenzie Milton is right for Nebraska right now. He may not want to leave a warm weather area, but he's got to get the position figured out for the future. They do have a guy named Logan Smothers who looks more like a true quarterback than Nebraska football has had in a while. He's a true freshman from the state of Alabama, but you've got to decide what you're going to do with Martinez McCaffrey, which, by the way, you'll see that kind of same combo of those two playing together tomorrow.
Let me ask you this, Gary. I want to just get a Big Ten question out your way. Nebraska, in this COVID mess said, hey, we want to play. And now they've taken a lot of heat. Oh, they wanted to play, and now look at their record, the whole thing. I've stuck up for Nebraska. I thought that was the right thing to do back in the day, saying we want to play. And it turns out they were right, and the Big Ten messed it up by starting late because now they got some problems like Ohio State. They've had games canceled. Ohio State's really good, I think. They're going to be 5-0 after this weekend. They may not get a sixth game. Should the Big Ten wiggle the rules and give Ohio State another game next week if Michigan cancels?
Yes, because you came back for the sole purpose of getting to the playoff. Now, I wonder about Ohio State's resume. The win against Indiana was impressive, but it wasn't like, whoa, look at what they did to a good Indiana team. They are sitting at number 4 right now in the rankings as a name. I mean, they're the most powerful brand in all of college football. They need to look, I think, pretty good tomorrow, and then whatever happens to them next week and in the championship game. People about Nebraska, and I fend it off, and people get really agitated by national reporters who take it out on Nebraska. And all Twitter has become is just like really snarky.
Right.
You can take it out on Nebraska's performance on the field. You can't run away from that. Nebraska's 1-4. But do not knock Nebraska wanting to play. Nebraska has not gotten lax in terms of COVID-19 protocols. They also don't have any opt-outs. Not that they have an abundance of seniors that are thinking about going to the NFL, but Nebraska has wanted to play, and they're going to continue to play. They just haven't been very good. So that's where I take a little, I'm a little upset at some of the national people that I like and that I have on my show that have gone that route because they've made it personal. I think the Big Ten needs to do the right thing. They need to get into the playoff. I know college football has been separated from the haves and the have-nots where there's such an attention towards the playoffs and you forget about everything else. But Ohio State, you came back with Ohio State to get to the playoff. You find a way to get them to the playoff. I think they wait until early next week. First of all, Ohio State has to beat Michigan State tomorrow, and then you have to see if Michigan is a go or no-go, probably Tuesday before the rankings come out, and then I think the Big Ten acts, and they will make a special addendum to say, all right, Ohio State can play in the championship game. And Nebraska will be a little upset because Nebraska suggested doing some things to help the conference. Were shut down. Now Ohio State needs some help, and the conference is helping them. But that's where we're at right now. When you're not winning, when you're not winning at Nebraska, you don't have the voice that Ohio State has. You can be like the John Stockton, and Ohio State becomes the Karl Malone. They finish it. And that's kind of what we've been like in 2020 with that combination of Ohio State and Nebraska fighting to get the season going.
Yeah. I just wonder if Michigan is going to cancel that game. I have a feeling they are.
Well, and you hear there's at least 12 positives, how long they'll be out. There's a little pressure on them, and unfortunately, it's not the pressure they brought on. When Kirk Herbstreit mentions what he does, and people go, oh, Michigan is ducking. But I think Ohio State fans are like, well, you know what? We don't need Michigan this year. Let's go find somebody else to play. That's on Michigan. I'm with you, Nate. I think that has a hard time being played next week for safety reasons.
Yeah, I think Michigan, I don't think they're going to get that done. We shall see, and we'll see what the Big Ten does with Ohio State. Nebraska, Purdue, Gary Sharp and I, we're on the Huskers tomorrow. I think the Huskers get it done. Gary Sharp, 1620 The Zone in Omaha. Gary, always good, man. Enjoy the weekend.
I do too, Nate. Have a great weekend as well.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks for the time. Gary Sharp, 1620 The Zone in Omaha, here on the Nate Brown Show on Fox Sports Rapid City. Oh, stay tuned on the Big Ten mess. They had ourselves a situation. They started too late. We knew there was going to be cancellations, postponements, and now Ohio State, the bell ringer for the Big Ten, could be in a dicey situation with not enough games to qualify for the Big Ten championship. Who's hot and who's not? Let's break it down on a Friday. Tom Brady makes an appearance in my Who's Not category, and you're not going to believe why. If you're a business person, you're going to love this next.
All right, for the people who hate Winter Support Group, come to order. Let's start with our pledge. Even though we are cold to the bones, we have sunshine in our hearts.
Dana?
Yesterday my house was so drafty, I slept and never got out of bed.
Group, any suggestions for Dana?
No.
Winter's not forever, is it, Group?
I think it might be. It feels that way.
Let's calm down.
I need to say something. I'm finally leaving the group.
You're moving to Florida?
No, we got Renewal by Andersen replacement windows, and now I feel sunshine inside like I haven't felt since summer.
No.
Can I have sunshine in my heart?
Yes, Renewal by Andersen windows are hassle-free, energy-efficient, low maintenance with a professional perfect fit.
Oh, what does it feel like?
Yes, I want to know too.
I can look at the snow, and I think I understand why people actually like winter.
No.
Yes.
For a perfect fit, call Renewal by Andersen of South Dakota, 605-593-5991. 605-593-5991.
When it comes to protecting your home and your belongings, what works for your neighbor most likely won't work for you. Insurance is personal, and that's why the coverage specialists at Fisher Rounds & Associates work with you to tailor a policy that protects your family, home, auto, and other valuable possessions at the most reasonable cost possible. We sweat the small and the big stuff, so you don't have to. That's at your service, at your side. Fisher Rounds & Associates, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Rapid City, Sioux Falls, and Watertown.
It's the geometry teacher who mans the ticket window.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen and store managers who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the graduate who listens to the league championship game on the internet.
It's the parent who sells ads in the school athletic program.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
It's the trainers, equipment managers, and ball boys who never miss a practice.
What makes high school sports here in South Dakota so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
High school sports. It's the we that every community needs. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
During uncertain times, it's valuable to have an advisor whose expertise you can trust. The team at Cadel Thorstensen has over 422 years of combined experience in the partner group alone. Serving the Black Hills region since 1936, you can trust the experts. They can answer all of your questions and help you plan. From tax, bookkeeping, payroll, QuickBooks to audit, valuation, and more. Call the Cadel Thorstensen team or visit KTLLP.com.
Tired of your injuries interfering with your daily performance? Learn how to take back your physical health with help from High Plains Physical Therapy Associates. With locations in Rapid City and Blackhawk, they're more than equipped to serve the Black Hills area. High Plains Physical Therapy was established by physical therapist Cody Young back in 1999. Cody and his team take personal interest in you and helping you achieve your physical health goals. High Plains Physical Therapy Associates has numerous state-of-the-art regimens to help silence your pain. For example, their aquatic therapy will minimize the stress on your joints to get you moving better and feeling stronger. They also perform dry needling to reduce muscle tension and improve pain control. And their innovative Sports Metrics program helps athletes accelerate recovery time to get you back in the game at maximum performance. If you want to get back in the action, check out High Plains Physical Therapy Associates in their same location since opening at 614 East Boulevard in Rapid City. High Plains Physical Therapy Associates, where a pain-free day is dawning.
For nearly 100 years, Connex has been providing the know-how and materials to help their neighbors grow. Through partnerships with builders, homeowners, and contractors, Connect Home Centers have impacted our communities, making them stronger and safer through support of local organizations and neighborhood beautification projects. Improving the quality of life for others is important to us. We are Connect Home Center, your hometown lumberyard lending a helping hand in building our communities since 1928.
Broadcasting from the Anytime Auto Sales, Service, and Detail Studio. Sales, service, and side-by-sides. This is Fox Sports Rapid City.
All right, we've made it to Who's Hot and Who's Not. Have you purchased a new breakfast pizza from the Pizza Ranch? That's my question tonight. I've got one ready in the freezer for the weekend. It's really good for families. You pop it in, 12 minutes, boom, it's done. Feeds the family. It's really good. Brand new breakfast pizzas right now at your local Pizza Ranch. North off I-90 behind Sam's Club. South Pizza Ranch by the newer Walmart as well on East Stoomer Road. PizzaRanch.com. It's really easy to do. Online order tonight for the weekend. Remember, PizzaRanch.com. The best chicken, pizza, you got it all. Cactus spread, and now breakfast pizzas. Frozen, you bake them. They're really, really good. I've had them myself. Thanks to the Pizza Ranch for providing who's hot and who's not on a Friday here on the Nate Brown Show on Fox Sports Rapid City. Always a fun part of my day. Let's grab this out. I'll tell you, you don't see this very often. In our Who's Hot category, the Black Hills Area Rodeos, we just won the PRCA Triple Crown. They select best large rodeo, best medium size, best outdoor, right? The Black Hills area got all three. I mean, take a look. We know what's going on when it comes to rodeo in South Dakota, but how about these? Large indoor rodeo. That was the Black Hills Stock Show. Won it. Deadwood's Days of 76, large outdoor category, got it. And the Black Hills Roundup taking home the medium-sized rodeo award. So 3 straight best rodeos in the nation. Black Hills Stock Show, Days of 76, Black Hills Roundup. Give them a hand. Give them a hand. I've been to all 3. I hope you experience them. I hope you experience some rodeo. They do it right. In our Pizza Ranch Who's Not category tonight, I got to throw this story out. This one, now we have business owners here in the Black Hills, right? And it's been a struggle in the 2020 category. No doubt, for many businesses. Tourism, restaurants. I know a lot of folks. We work with a lot of you here on Fox Sports Rapid City. We have our own business. It's been a struggle. So the government came out and tried helping small businesses, right? With the PPP program, Paycheck Protection Program. That's so employees could get paid, businesses could keep going. Guess who got a $960,000 loan? Why would I be talking about this tonight? It was Tom Brady's company, TB12. How could Tom Brady... You're going to say, isn't that supposed to go to small businesses? I guess TB12's not like a big employee. They don't have that many employees. They do supplements, workout equipment, and he has enough employees to qualify as a small business. His net worth is $200 million, okay? Net worth's $200 million. I'm just telling you, TB12 didn't need the PPP money. I hope you guys got PPP money. If you needed it, I hope you got it. I know a lot of folks that got it. I've heard from others. It was a struggle. And now we hear tonight, Tom Brady, TB12, yes, applied to and got $960,855 from the Small Business Administration. Brady's not the only athlete. Who else do I need to throw in? Floyd Mayweather. Boxer Floyd Mayweather also got it for one of his businesses. I like business owners. I like guys that invest in people. I don't think Tom Brady and Floyd Mayweather really needed the PPP money. I hope you all that needed it got it. By the way, high school basketball coming back next week. Quick announcement. We've got Stevens right away next Friday, right here on Fox Sports Rapid City, and I'll have the play-by-play, getting back in the chair. Looking forward to it. Have a great football weekend. Enjoy the nice weather. The Nate Brown Show is out. The Odd Couple is coming up. Keep it here on KIMM, Fox